Who wants to understand? What do you want to understand?
What I am along with my body, I want to experience it.
Oh, now you're changing the track. You're like, which party are you? No, you're changing your position too often, that's why I'm asking. See, initially you said you want to understand, now you're saying you want to experience.
I want to understand to experience it.
You want to understand to experience it. If you experience it, you will have no need to understand it, isn't it? If you eat something, you experience that. Do you understand that? You don't care, you experience it. Only if you want to manufacture this, you eat a rasgulla, you experience it, it's nice. Now you want to start a rasgulla factory. Now you want to understand everything about rasgulla. If you want to just enjoy the rasgulla, you don't have to understand anything. You just have to have a sensitive tongue. Yes? If you take rasgulla and keep it in your hand, I want to understand this, I want to understand this. Hand cannot taste rasgulla. If you put it upon your tongue, only you experience rasgulla. So, these are two different aspects. Experience will transform your life. Understanding comes in only if you want to transform others' lives. So, understanding later, right now you want to experience. There are methods and methods and methods to do this. How you're asking, let's not go into how. How badly do you want it, that's a question. Because what you're asking is, I want to transcend the dimension, the present dimension of my existence. No transcendence will happen unless… nobody will cross any dimensional limitations unless you're truly longing for it. Yes? You won't even pass a 10th standard examination if there is a reasonable amount of longing, isn't it? Yes or no? You won't transcend from school to college if you do not have a certain level of longing. From college to your masters, you will not transcend unless you have a little bigger longing. From masters to a PhD, you will not transcend unless you have a much bigger longing, isn't it? So to transcend from one dimension to another, you need a certain level of longing. So I'm asking you, how badly do you want it? See, this is the problem with me. I'm not simply saying, don't worry, you just say Ram Ram 25 times a day, it will happen. This is the problem with me, because I am not here to solace you and let you sleep tonight. I am here to awaken you in such a way that you can't sleep. You can't go to sleep. Till I know this, I can't sleep. If you become like that, you will know today. If you can ask these questions, go home, eat well and sleep, we don't know when it'll happen. Not because it's far away, not because it's difficult, because there is not enough longing, not enough fire in the belly, so you don't move. This is so with everything in life.
This question is not related to yoga. Okay, Sadhguru, there were questions that I have come with, and one of those is, what was the reason of creation of this universe?
Why are you asking me? I didn't do it. No, you first said it's not related to yoga. There's nothing which is not related to yoga. Because yoga means union. Yoga does not mean twisting your body, standing on your head, holding your breath or some other nonsense. Yoga means union. Union means all-inclusiveness. Everything has become one in your experience. Now this is not our idea, because that is the way existence is, that it is all-inclusive. There is nothing here which you can separate from the other. Today modern science is proving it to you beyond any doubt that the whole existence is just one energy, yes? The religions of the world have been screaming for a long time that God is everywhere. Whether you say God is everywhere or you say everything is one energy, are you talking about different realities or the same reality? God is everywhere, everything is one energy. Are we talking about the same thing? A scientist never experienced this, he only mathematically deduced it. When Einstein said E is equal to mc squared, that is not his living experience, that is his mathematical deduction. A religious person never experienced it, he just believes it because somebody that he believes in said so. Now yoga means you are a hard case. You are not willing to settle for deductions or belief systems, you want to know it. So, if you sit here, if you can experience the whole existence as yourself, then you're in yoga. So there is no question not related to yoga, okay? It is very related. Now what you are asking is, why creation? Isn't it? When it comes to creation, you never ask why, you ask how. Because if you ask why creation, I can tell you, one day, God had nothing to do, he was playing marbles. One marble fell this way and became planet Earth, another flew up and became sun. Shall I continue? This is a ridiculous story, you don't like it, but I can tell you a nice elaborate story which you would like to believe. Take a little more time, that's all. If I tell you a more elaborate story, you will believe, isn't it? If you believe, you have an interesting story going, a positive story. If you disbelieve my story, you have a negative story going. But both ways you are not any closer to reality than you are right now, isn't it? Yes or no? If you believe my story, does it get it close to you? If you disbelieve my story, does it get it close to you? No. You will just have stories. Maybe what I am telling you is a true story. Even if it is a true story, still it doesn't get you access to reality, isn't it? Maybe I am telling you a true story, but even if it is a true story, in your experience it is just a story, isn't it? Stories will entertain you, stories will solace you, stories will not liberate you, you must know this. So you must decide, first of all, are you looking for solace or are you looking for a solution? If you're looking for solace, you just came to the wrong place, because I'm not a solace to anybody. I'm here to disturb the shit out of you. If you are not asked questions, I will raise those questions for you. This is not a place to say everything will be okay, don't worry, everything will be all right. They've been saying this to you for a long time. That'll help you to sleep well tonight. I'm not interested whether you sleep well or not, I'm interested that you come awake tomorrow morning. What's your interest? So people have been focusing on how to put you to sleep. So they told you stories. I won't tell you a story because if you ask why, I can only tell you a story, isn't it? Right now, this question has come. If you are feeling right now ecstatic, would you ask why creation? You would be glad you created, isn't it? Right now, the experience of life has become burdensome somehow. That is when you ask, why all this creation? So first, let's change the experience of life, then the right questions will come. Right now, the question itself is coming from a wrong perspective, because you are not asking this question with the right sense of depth in it. Very easily you are articulating this question. You are asking, what is the basis of my existence? You're asking, what is the nature of my existence? But you're asking it too casually because you still do not know the pain of ignorance. You're still enjoying your ignorance. You still believe ignorance is bliss. You are not being torn apart by the pain of ignorance. If such a thing was happening, then I would answer this in a different way. If you could not ask the question, if tears came to you, if you just thought about the question, then I will answer it in a completely different way, which is not verbal. But now you are so clearly articulating the question, you do not know the depth of the question that you're asking yet.